Versatile Mage. Chapter 269. Swift Star Wolf. The aura alone symbolized the presence of a warrior-level creature. A servant-class creature did not actually have an aura. They could only intimidate weak creatures with their lofty figures and savage appearance. However, once a creature ranked up to the warrior level, it would possess an aura, which could be thought of as a natural territory around the creature. It could terrify creatures nearby or interrupt the spell casting of even intermediate magicians. A third howl arose. This time, Mofan could easily tell that the sound was different. The cry even caused his ears to buzz. The dust was still in the air. He could tell that the spirit wolf was significantly bigger than before. It was almost 4 meters tall. As the dust shrouding his vision finally cleared, he was able to see the true appearance of the spirit wolf, which could only be described as captivating. Previously, the spirit wolf had the typical appearance of a beast. It looked savage and cruel, and the only part that stood out was its bluish fur. Now, apart from its size, its appearance was much more balanced. The muscles on its neck, shoulders, back, and tail were significantly leaner. Its muscular limbs were more slender, so it no longer looked ferocious, but rather graceful. Mofan was quite surprised by its change. After all, a creature would stick to its previous traits most of the time, be they strength or agility. Mofan expected the spirit wolf to become even more muscular and savage, but it ended up turning into an agile, intelligent, graceful type. It was indeed matching the saying, "He who gets in contact with vermilion will become red." Its master was definitely a jade tree in the wind, and now even his summoned beast was keen to follow his footsteps. Inside an apartment, Mr. Chu Yuhua was sitting in the living room with a book about the mysteries of the world in his hands. However, he was unable to focus his attention on it. He would normally lose himself in the mysteries of the world, such as the documentary about the kingdom of the undead inside the pyramids in Egypt. He always had the urge to continue reading when it came to unveiling the mysteries of the world. However, he was feeling ill at ease, as he had just received new information from his old comrade. Even though its validity was still being confirmed, he did hear similar news about the new magic element before. "Old professor, why haven't I seen Mofan around today?" Mr. Gu Han asked. "Oh, he went to the training ground. He's trying to evolve his spirit wolf," Mr. Chu Yuhua replied. Shen Mingxiao and Luo Song happened to be in the room, too. Luo Song could not help but burst out laughing. The success rate is so slim, and there isn't anything special about his spirit wolf. It's most likely that he has failed the process, since he had been gone for quite a while. Shen Mingxiao remained silent. He could not help but feel extremely envious when he heard Mofan's name. It didn't make any sense at all to learn that a scum like Mofan had innate dual elements. "Let's check it out. It would be bad if he were involved in any accident," Mr. Gu Han proposed. "Sure." Shen Mingxiao and Luo Song exchanged glances among themselves before the former said, "We'll go with you, too." The two followed Gu Han and Chu Yuhua to the training ground. Since Mofan's booking of the training ground had come to an end, the entrance automatically opened by itself. As soon as they arrived at the place, they immediately picked up a burning scent while a hot gust surged in the direction. "Shit, did his summoned beast go out of control?" Gu Han blurted out with a worried look. It was clear that the fire in the surroundings was Mofan's. Magic. He was fighting against something. That very likely, since there's a chance that the warrior's soul will devour the soul of the servant class creature it entered. As a result, the summoned beast will no longer be tagged with the mark that the magician has left on its soul, allowing it to regain its freedom. Sigh. I should have warned him that helping a summoned beast to evolve is actually extremely dangerous and wasting his resources. Mr. Gu Han increased his pace, worried that Mofan might be in danger. Luo Song and Shen Mingxiao's eyes glittered upon hearing this. This is great. If that scum's summoned beast rebelled against him, not only would he lose control over it, he would also waste a huge amount of money. The group of four headed straight into the training ground and saw Mo Fan near the end of it, with flames erupting under his feet as his figure emitted a formidable aura. On the other side of the flames stood a magnificent creature with black fur. Its physique was graceful, yet intimidating. Its limbs had the color of the moon, and it looked like it was nimbly moving above a moonlit cloud. They looked toward its head and saw fangs like that of a saber-toothed tiger instead of a wolf, protecting its jaw like a mask. They had the same color as its limbs, a captivating appearance. This. Chu Yuhua took off his glasses and stared at the creature with a blank expression. Gu Han was not too familiar with the species of spirit beasts, but he could tell that it was no ordinary creature at first glance. Even he began to consider if he should become a summoner when he became an advanced magician, just to get himself a cool-looking summoned beast too. Swift Star Wolf. Chu Yuhua finally called out the creature's name with a hint of excitement. It's really a Swift Star Wolf, the nimblest wolf species. So, does this mean Mo Fan's summoned beast has successfully evolved? Gu Han stared at the graceful creature with a stunned expression. A warrior-level creature was able to match the strength of a few intermediate magicians. Thus, any summoner with a warrior-level beast would surely have a huge advantage dueling magicians around the same age, just like Lu Zhenghe was able to hold off 3 opponents with his warrior-level beast. Shen Mingxiao and Mu Nujiao were relatively talented among the intermediate magicians, but they still had a hard time fighting it. That being said, the resources needed for a servant class to evolve to the warrior level were several times greater than magicians with other elements. Mo Fan totally outmatched everyone with his spirit wolf when he first came to the institute. However, the spirit wolf did not improve much in the past year, which highlighted the huge difference in strength between each rank up. Luck was also a big factor determining the success of a summoner, either becoming a god or a piece of trash. With that in mind, Mo Fan had definitely become the former now. Having a warrior-level beast did not merely increase his strength by a few dozen %, but multiplied it a few times instead. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.